I think that they might be attempting to do so. We're going to have to wait and see. But we are going into our 5th game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And we're jumping right into the action. GG are up against KLA. 2 of our heavy-hitting teams, and it looks as though 17S is in a pretty rough situation. He's got no F. He's locked down by the Tessa ultimate, and he gets taken down. GG, though. Ooh, I thought for a second that CXZ was going to be able to win that 1v1, but unfortunately, he's not able to do so. LXM is on the chase. QGG, he's running for his life with just a sliver of health left remaining. And it looks as though he's most likely going to be taken down. OUG, speaking of taking people down, Axiao gets sent to the Spirit Realm along with the rest of his team. OUG picking up 3 quick eliminations alongside JL. Yeah. I also did want to note that FPX has bought themselves a blue Moonbane. Now, in Immortal War, in these tournaments, chat, you can only buy the blue Moonbane. You can't buy the purple, you can't buy the gold. So if you want to get one, and if you want to get value from it, you have to buy the blue one and use it pretty fast.
It's better.
Is Bowder coming out of nowhere?
They need. Did they manage to find
3 white armors?
I can't see. That's the first Bane. FPX are actually so lucky. They weren't the only ones who bought a blue Moonbane. JL had also, off of the 3 kills that they picked up, and only 1 Moonbane can be active on the map at any time. So if FPX had tried to use that Moonbane and JL's was already in effect, they wouldn't have been able to. But as a result, they are able to, and then they're going to force the movements of Bauda, sending them towards Plumed. As Dongqing's just looking to try and find any isolated target that he can. Reveals the Cavalry Bloom in the back pocket. Does have purple dual blades. Peak goes incredibly low onto the Scale Rush with the Pole Sword. Out he goes. Finds the connection to FPX's water. Bauda 73.1. 1 more kill and they're going to be MVP match point eligible. Do they find it? Yes.
There it is.
Down 74.1. Bauda, even if they get knocked out of this lobby right now, their job is done. And it looks like they might have to go back to the Soul Altar without those first rebirth charms. Rather, FPX's Dongqing just uses the Yoda ultimate to disengage fully because Bauda has still got the Farrier mech in play. And off of the
and they have the Yoda ult ready to go.
They get to pick up Peak, and they don't have to use any of their rebirth charms. Did they see the Spirit? Jing's looking in the direction that Spirit ran off too, but I think
that was just coincidence.
Yeah, wasn't close enough. As now that blue Moonbane has run out. Someone gets hit by Thorny Roller. As OUG Xinyu with that Bane's Breath is making it even harder.
No!
Hello, Thorny Roller! It's been so long since we got to see a Thorny Roller kill.
Oh my god!
And NBPL feels like home as poor Alliance, they're just stuck. They're caught between a rock and a hard place, or more specifically, a Bane's Breath and a Thorny Roller. As OUG are just going to continue to utilize this one to try and get the revive onto you. Alliance playing on the wall alongside OUG to be able to avoid the Thorny Roller. Xinyu with the Pulsar just threatening the Scale Rush connection so that they can find the space to get you back on up. Even goes for the armor drop to be able to just give it over to his Yoto in case Alliance try and jump on him once he's up and on a little bit less health. As it looks like Alliance were able to make it out the other end. Underneath Salvation Podium has 2 exits that you can take, and Alliance make the smart decision and exit stage left.
However, it seems as though Wolves have smelled the blood in the water. They saw the Moonbane come down and they were ready to immediately start hunting around the edges of it, and they have managed to find themselves a very weak team to try and hunt down. But hey, we're heading on over to the snowy region. XCG up against BBE. BBE sitting currently at the bottom of the leaderboard. They need to try and get some big fights, some big kill games to even have a chance at coming out on top today, although it is an extremely tall order. Anything is possible, chat. Anything is possible. But it looks as though XCG is going to have none of that, and they are immediately disengaging. It looks as though they spotted out FPX waiting in the wings, and they did not want to be the team caught between a rock and a hard place. Sandwiched. If you get sandwiched in trios, chat, it is over. It is cooked.
Well,
it is one of the
unfortunately, it might be over for
rules.
Xiaohu.
Yes, it does look as though it might be over for Xiaohu. But
yes, it looks like FPX got caught between XG and GG, and GG see a lone player isolated away. He is able to arm a swap into a blue. And there is plenty of terrain to be able to grapple off.
He's running into Bowder.
Unfortunately, he's running, like you said, directly into Bowder. Maybe he can lead GG into this team. That is how you deal with being a single player, and that's exactly what he's been able to do. And CJS actually loses all of his armor. To the point that LXM has to play aggressively forward with the V3 on the Viper to be able to clear the space and make sure that he is not pressured any longer. Bowder now knowing that the silence is not going to be enough.
Wait, you went supersonic. I couldn't hear what you said. Supersonic Moxie, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't hear a word of that one.
Oh, Yiran's ultimate was cut short by the Tessa V1.
That's so unfortunate, though. But hey, Yiran, they still have their 2 kills. They're vibing at this point, I feel like. They don't really mind.
That is true. And GG were able to back off and keep everyone alive. At least for now. Because
for the moment.
Bowder are still applying pressure. They know that the Viper ultimate is not going to be up, and that is what normally stops these teams from getting aggressive onto this composition. That's exactly what Yiran is attempting to do. F2 isolates CJS away from the rest of his players. The second swing of it, the golem focus comes out from Yiran, and again continues to apply pressure onto this Viper, just not allowing the regroup. Jing inside the mech is going to be able to provide additional pressure, and LXM, still the target of focus, finally falls between the 3 players of Bowder, and GG now have to lose CJS as well. He's on the inside of 10. He was able to get a grey armor reset, but that's all gonna be burnt off with the F2. Yiran takes a huge hit of damage. Oh no,
the stun!
The back-to-back V1 cancel on the Tessa ultimate. Oh, you hate to see it.
Oh no, I was about to say it looks as though GG is cooked and that their chances of getting a massive game, this game, to get into contention. I was about to say it. I don't think Cast a Curse counts in the opposite way, and if I don't actually say it. I don't think it works. So it's not my fault. But holy moly, GG managed to clutch up insanely well there. That Yoto Hime ult just getting iframed by that Tessa, and he does get stunned up and taken down, unfortunately, for Bowder. But then again, as we said, they are vibing, they are chilling, they got the point threshold. That's all they needed for this game. Anything else, anything more, is just to prevent another team from reaching that stage. KLA and WBG sort of dancing around this realm of Yang entrance. Looks as though WBG is going to make it inside and be met by JL. This is going to be an absolute oogler of a fight, though. JL has shown time and time again that they are able to clutch it up in the realms of Yang, and they open up with a strong opener. Oh, but it's immediately responded to by the Universe/TXJ. Pulls out that Yoto Hime and immediately starts focusing down Axiel, who's on the zipping and immediately gets exploded. The ultimate is irrelevant if you have enough damage. The uppercut comes through and WBG just gets obliterated in the face of JL. Moving right on over, though, to another realm of Yang, FPX up against OUG. Xiaohu has already been taken down. Donking, can he find the opener? He does find the damage onto the Kurumi. The ultimate does get popped, though. But can they finish him off? Kakaishi just manages to make it inside that circle and get the heal off, but Dongxing, the damage reduction is worn off and he gets taken down himself. It's a 3 versus 1 situation. It is going to be impossible for Water to do anything about this, unfortunately, and he does get taken down, but hey, it's good for XCG. They're climbing slightly higher. Oh no, wait, do you want to know what I just realized? They only have 2 kills, meaning that they went into that Realm of Yang with only 2 players.
Yes.
I didn't know. I thought he'd died in the Realm of Yang already.
I mean, we did cut to it a little bit later, so
yeah, it's unfortunate. But hey, it's hey, good on you for doing so much with only 2 people.
Sure.
Good
I
on
think
them.
we're starting to see like one of the benefits of the Rumi in Sand Siphon versus the Zip, not only because I mean Zip got massively nerfed a couple of patches ago, but also the fact that once the Zip ultimate, once that Strategic Assault is popped, you don't get that Model Defiance back, as opposed to the Rumi Tether, which lasts the full duration and gives you the full duration of defense boost. So you can actually utilize it to keep players alive in the face of things like Yodo ultimates far better than if you have to, as a Zip, get pressured into using Steady Soul before that Yodo ultimate comes out. And it's something that's actually been saving XCG's NiHQ a lot of the time, because Dongqing could have killed that Takeda if the damage reduction, if that 20% when the Tether was active, had not been able to keep him fully in form. And then once the Yodo ultimate is gone, the Tether is snapped and he gets another 90% on the top of it. So that Takeda just becomes absolutely unkillable, as WBG have to be able to kill 3 players if they want to be able to cleanse this Yang depletion. Dongqing also in the same situation, going to be opening up with his Yodo ultimate, looking to collapse onto these players. Axhao again coming under pressure, but Water has had to invest the Yushin ultimate early on, and so has Xiaohu. In fact, FPX just dumping all of their ultimates into the start of the fight. As a result, do not have any to be able to hit the traditional pacing of Cannonball, which is Yoto ultimate to open up, and then Farrier V3 to cover for the Yoto. And it's all falling apart. In trying to finish off the fight as quickly as they did, they've left themselves far too vulnerable when the third party actually comes through from WBG, who roll on, or rather BBE, who are rolling on up with Draco Storm, which means additional AoE lightning damage on every single hit. They must have taken a stop off at Amara's Blessing.
Yeah, they must have. I'd be very surprised if they were the ones who got it out of a Realm of Yang and chose to go for Draco Storm. But there they are, BBE rolling in the Rolling Thunder from Draco Storm, obliterating WBG. Unfortunately, they committed extremely hard to killing FPX, and somehow FPX has managed to survive. 2 of them.
FPX got a bloom.
Yeah, Yoto managed to find the bloom.
His Yang depletion debuff.
That's actually huge for them. FPX managed to stay on their feet, thankfully for them, but WBG not so much. Sleepwalker, the last man standing for this team, is going to have to find a miracle Soul Bloom just lying around. I highly doubt he's going to be able to find the cleanse, unfortunately. It looks as though OUG is just given up. Yeah, exactly.
It does look like you said that they've given up the hunt, that they want to make sure that they have a better read of their surroundings so they don't get third-partied by another team hunting down stragglers. Speaking about stragglers, FPX have indeed been able to cleanse. Well, like you said, only 2 of their players actually went into the Realm of Yang, so they only need to find 2 Soul Blooms. Because I guess this is how one of their players was denied.
Yeah,
oh my
that's
goodness.
rough.
Viper V3. Like we talked about, some of these compositions are built to take fights inside Realm of Yang. Others are meant to grief the portal entrances. In solos, you'll see the truce. You'll see I want to hold on to my ultimate, so I'm going to wait around for the portal to spawn up. In trios, it's open season. If you see a team waiting for that portal, oh boy, the ultimates come out, especially if you have a Viper on your side, if you're running that V3 variation too. Because unfortunately, not only does it silence you, it also prevents the use of grapples. So you don't really have a disengagement option.
Indeed. TXJ holding onto a gold spear, going to be doing a lot for his ultimate scaling. For those of you who are unaware, certain characters in Naraka, their ultimates and their abilities the damage and all the health pool that it gives you scales based off of the rarity of the weapon and the armor that you have in your inventory, you have equipped. Now, for example, for Yotohime, her ultimate damage scales based off of the weapon rarity that you have, but it's the weapon rarity of the weapon that you have in your hand. So if you happen to get parried or if you swap to something else of a lower rarity, you're not going to take full advantage. But that is typically why you want to give your Yotohime or your potentially Yueshan or Monk a higher tier weapon so that they can take full advantage of it while in their ultimate, as well as the armors. Yueshan and Monk both benefit with a bigger health pool the better armor they have. But enough of that educational dunking. Let's go on to our Realm of Yang. XCG up against JL. JL, the kings of Realm of Yang. They've been doing so unbelievably well, and they're fighting it out against this Sand Siphon Kurumi variation here. And TXJ is absolutely obliterating Night HQ, but unfortunately they're not able to close out the kill. And this is actually one of their win conditions for this composition matchup. If they don't manage to kill the Takeda early on in the fight, then it's actually quite difficult for them to close it out. Yeah, they have nothing left available. They have legitimately used everything, and it looks as though it might be the downfall of JL in this Realm of Yang. Unfortunately, the kings of Yang have been dethroned, it seems, but there's always the clutch factor, and there it is. Night HQ gets taken down. It's now a 2v2 situation. JL VVV, unfortunately, he's not able to live through that damage. The horizontal blue focus block from Nunchucks was nerfed a very long time ago to make it so that you took a lot more damage when blocking, and unfortunately he's not able to survive through the onslaught of XCG. XCG stepping it up and taking home this Realm of Yang. Lovely to see, especially considering that we haven't seen very much of them, but today they finally showed up.
I was making earlier too, right, with the Rumi versus Zip, the fact that if you pump all of your ultimates into the Zip and you pop Sedated Soul as quick as you can and you just like instantly obliterate the Zip, then the jail approach works. You put all of your ultimates in, you immediately kill the support, and then you can turn on to the Takeda. It becomes much more problematic into the Kurumi, because not only does the Kurumi get the recast to maneuver her ultimate into a different position, that tether also outlasts a lot of the time the Zip Sedated Soul. So as a result, even though JL commit all of their ultimates in, you sort of was just free to be able to survive. And like you said, one of the win conditions of being able to counter the Sound Siphon inside a Realm of Yang is killing the Takeda. But unfortunately, they're just not able to do so. And when we go into neutral, it becomes that clutch factor. And the Sand Siphon is so strong in neutral because of the space that they can control, as Dongqing comes in with a humongous Yodo ultimate, having to put himself aerial right now and find these kills onto the side of XCG, who with that Mystic Might do have a damage reduction to their name as well, even before the Kurumi Tether comes into play. And that is going to be XCG picking themselves up, I do believe, either the 6th or the 7th kill for them if the leaderboard has not yet updated. And Dunk, they are now 10 points away from being match point eligible.
They are indeed.
There's a team who picked up 30 points in the previous series and is looking for a back-to-back MVP to overtake, well, the team that they just knocked out. FPX go down with 65.6 points and are not going to be match point eligible for the next game. It's now up to Bowder and XCG.
Yeah, it is indeed. Or JL, theoretically, they do have 2.5 minutes, or 2 minutes and 15 seconds to actually cleanse this Yang depletion, and they are hard engaging onto KLA. True. Or GG as well, lurking in the wings.
There are 2 teams in the area that could turn onto this team. It's just a matter of whether or not they want to commit.
Oh, there it is! The damage from the Feriamech doing so much work. That is 1 down,
yeah, but
2 to go. Here it is. Can they... Thing is, they could theoretically, like, it looks as though they could potentially push GG into going on to KLA if KLA is still in the vicinity, but I don't think they are. I think KLA, as soon as they lost a member, They immediately
GL used the Uation ultimate, FX ulted, to be able to keep pressure onto GG and send them away. Which is smart. And GG know that there are other players in the area, especially because we have a weather effect, which means that all of these troves have now been refreshed. So for teams that are wanting to stock up on resources, because we're heading to final hello.
Ballista!
Let's go! DRG coming in for the third and fourth party. JL having to take this fight inside supporting to be able to avoid that damage, which can teleport immediately.
They're still super close though.
For GG, but like you said, it is still super close, and the Wuchen Windwall might give away with GG.
Yeah, they spotted them.
JL grab on top of the rooftop. They have indeed spotted exactly where JL have run off to. TXJ coming in with the Yoto ultimate. FX is going to go down. Aurora Burst being utilized into the Dreadful on repeat, as it's now going to be an absolute melting pot. And unfortunately, TXJ are the ones hitting boiling, as it's now going to be a third party coming on through from KLA. CJS having to utilize the F1 on Combo Breaker to buy himself the zoning capability. Free-Throw just throwing in on repeat that Aurora Burst as often as he possibly can. Wushin chasing with the V3 will be able to keep the pressure onto both players of GG and DRG. It started with the Ballista control, and the fight's gonna end with DRG claiming 2 as Bowder, untouchable, sit on top and watches every single player around them falls because they don't care. If they get pressured, so what? They already hit
coming to loot. It's coming in just to get that loot.
Got 2 blueberries. Well, we'll just throw down the Yodo F2 on top of the body, and we'll see what we can pick up for our troubles.
Exactly. DRG having done a very good job of griefing GG. Did lose their teammate, but they managed to get that Wuchen port off into a pretty safe location and get out of danger for the moment. But Alliance is on the hunt. They have the gold armor onto Bo. They're going to be going in hard here. Bo pops ultimate, so does the Tumult. And now DRG, it might be a sacrifice Tessa angle, trying their best to peel, but it doesn't look as though it's going to be enough. And he does get taken down. WFZ stuck between the cliff and Bo with that Takeda ultimate, doing so much damage and being so unbelievably hard to take down with that zipping in the back, keeping him topped up. OUG as well, lurking in the wings. Jinyu taking a bunch of damage, but they aren't in immediate danger. They're able to heal that back up. It looks as though they have advanced heal as well to keep them topped up. Thankfully, XCG, though, they spot out Alliance. They smell the weakness. They saw those ultimates being used. They saw the Tumult ult from afar and try and find an engagement, but unfortunately, they're not able to catch up to them before they make it across the canyon. Yeah. And Alliance...
I think they're prioritizing the Morris Blessing as well.
Yeah, as well.
Because it's going to spawn up exactly where Alliance had been running off to, and Alliance are running the Tumult. So traditionally, we actually called Tumult compositions box comps, because you would use the Tumult ultimate to be able to cover the Morris Blessing, and you would be able to control it that way with just like one ultimate being traded for all of the loot upgrade, which is something that Alliance desperately need, especially because they're running Takeda, and Takeda scales ultimate off of the full rarity of loot and gear that your entire team has. But for XCG, they also have a Takeda, so it's also really important for them to be able to control. And they also have a Tumult too. And wouldn't you know it, everyone is looking away from the Morris Blessing and are instead looking to posture themselves up into a safe corner as we start to go into that buccaneering phase. Cannon damage being utilized as all of these
the
spaces on the map, as well as the Moonbane now start to be called into question. This is why everyone wanted a safe spot already carved out for them before the Bane hit. As XEG continue to apply pressure onto BBE, they didn't actually open the box. In fact, they backed off, and either Tumult ultimate is being used against them to be able to control it and block all of that incoming damage as XEG just try and get around the wind wall with the cannon AoE. As Bowder's got the Ballista. Yiran immediately gonna get force held with the Wisp away from the Ballista control. Everyone remembers GG controlling this Ballista. They are not going to allow a full repeat into this final zone, as Alliance's Revenge comes in with the Dreadful Whale and locks all of these players down. Bowder's peak, having to utilize that Uation ultimate is going to be hounded away from the other players, might just run directly into another team. And yet, there it is. He's run directly into XCG and just notes about turn into Bane's Breath.
Wait, look at DRG. What are they doing here? What is going on? Bowder just comes in and slaps him to death. I think they took a Moonbane hit and they were just lurking at the bottom of the canyon trying to stay alive.
He's going to survive. He's got Aurora. He gets the silence that connects onto the other players. Yes, he's lost his armor, but maybe if you can... Oh, the
Buttery Rocks.
He's trying to get back onto the rocks to be able to scare us away, but like you said, the Buttery Rocks just keep on sliding.
No!
He gets the first charge scale rush, but he gets light attacks back directly into the Tumultuous.
That's rough.
He was trying to blue focus scale rush out of. No.
That is rough. That's a rough one, ladies and gentlemen. He does get taken down, but it is what it is. I think they still have one member left alive. I think Bowder is not out of it just yet. They do have their Farrier still going. Oh, the engage. The hard engage from Roy Hee. Roy Shi with that Takeda ultimate immediately responded to by HQ. They're just having a fight. They're just standing in front of each other, tanking punch after punch, punching each other as hard as they can to try and secure this spot of terrain. They want this real estate. Snack gets forced into the zone, immediately forced to go down, but the Tessa ult comes through from down below. Can they secure this spot? HQ. Although Buttery Rocks are a huge detriment a lot of the time, if you get stunned by Tessa, stand on a cliff or something like a tree so that it's harder for them to capitalize on the charm. It helps a lot, but it can also lead to your death. So be very careful with the Buttery Rocks. But XCG... Yeah, exactly. The Buttery Rocks giveth and taketh away. CJS taking down a member of KLA. I think it was XCG, even throughout all of this onslaught, still managing to stay on their feet. Kakaishi with that sky
Jing?
pillar. Have I seen Jing? Where is Jing?
Look at the purple bush.
Wait, I don't see him.
He just had to move. The flame breath came through. You know that purple bush, like a little bit to the right of middle? Jing was literally sitting in the middle of that.
Is he just sitting in the middle?
He gets found out. The flame's breath comes on through. He needs 2 shots before he has to reposition. But yeah, the reason why XCG is just sitting pretty through all
there
of this,
he is. I see him now.
DBE went for the Takeda mirror damage check to try and control the space that they've now just occupied, was the Karumi tether. Every single time. And as a result, HQ's health just does not dip. But speaking about waiting inside the purple bush, please, they have a tumultuous around them. You have to see that they're in the purple bush.
Oh, he is cooked. He is absolutely cooked.
XCG. All of XCG's players are sitting in the little purple bush on low ground, and no one knows they're there.
Oh, BVE pick up Baoda's Jing, taking another kill for themselves, going up to 6. Looks as though that if they continue along this path, they may be able to overtake DRG in the standings, but they still have a long way to go. Baoda, having been knocked out, they're not all that upset considering they've already made it past that match point threshold. But Alliance's Bow, he's taken down extremely low at the bottom of the canyon. And I think he does end up getting taken down here. No, he's still going. He's still alive. He's still going up and down that cliff. OUG currently occupying the top of it. OUG's U with that gold weapon, Yotohime damage, able to force all of the aggressors back down into the pits of hell that is the bottom of this canyon. XCG's HQ with that golden fan just 69. Sending out RMB blue after 70. RMB blue constantly. The damage.
That's pretty dunk. They need one more kill. XCG qualifies.
One more kill, XCG?
One more kill. One more kill.
No shot. OUG needs to come out and clutch this.
Yeah, that bush play where XCG basically sits inside purple bush, no one knows they're there, and then everyone takes the fight to high ground and then goes to low ground to be able to conserve resources and try and heal. That feeds them into XCG who have full ultimates. The zone's gonna collapse, everyone's gonna get forced off of the low ground, off of the high ground into the low ground. We're gonna see Leap of Faith come through and catch on to OUG's U, but XCG still have 3 players alive. Kessa V1 hits onto you, but NiHQ now decides to start to make his move. He's got the ultimate. Will he be able to find the kill? The Dreadful Whale from Revenge locks him out of the zone. The Tessa ultimate, the second run back gets thrown out. Do XCG find a kill? KLAC is so incredibly low.
There it is.
74.8. XCG walk away with the MVP, but more importantly, Dunk,